My skin is black.
What you looking
My
at?
skin is black.
I feel so good to be black right now.
Is black.
What you looking at?
Welcome to episode 85 of the Black in Fashion podcast. And of course, I cannot start any podcast without acknowledging all of our amazing sponsors, all Black owned sponsors, of course. Make sure you guys checked out Thrifty Girl online. She has chic quality and affordable fashion, new styles dropping every week, but they have an amazing wardrobe set up for your entire summer. And the best part is they take Afterpay, Sezzle, Quadpay, and Klarna. So make sure you check them out. So today I'm actually joined by Dani. Why do I keep doing that? I'm so sorry. But that introduction was great, so we just gonna stick with it. And we're gonna
have to cut and slice.
Right, we're gonna have to cut and slice and like keep it moving because I was on point, DaniAnn.
You were. Look at you. You can say it all. I love it.
Yeah, but that's one thing I like about the podcast. It's raw. You know, I mess up all the time, but I usually, the crazy thing is I don't cut it. I just keep going. I rarely do.
Wow.
But I'm joined by DaniAnn today. She is a fashion designer. She is a wardrobe stylist. Does a lot of amazing things. I'm going to get her into talking a little bit about her background. The name of her brand is Donna Reine. So I think her tagline is naturally royal. So
Yes,
if you want to
that's
just start off by, I like to do like this little icebreaker. It's just called this or that. So you're just going to tell me what you prefer over the other, okay?
Okay.
All right, so let's go with wide leg or skinny jeans?
Skinny.
Skinny. Wedges or mules?
Mule.
Side boob or under boob?
Side boob.
Okay. Trenches or motorcycle jackets?
Ooh.
Yeah, I know. That's the hard one.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm neutral on that one.
It's hard for that one. If you had to choose one, which one would you choose? Trench. Okay, nice. Okay, can you we'll just dive right in there. Tell me a little bit about like your background, like where you're from, and what inspired you to pursue a career in fashion.
Okay, yes. I was born in New York, born in Queens, but raised in Jacksonville, Florida. So I always say I'm a Florida girl. And really what got me into fashion, come to find out, it's in my blood. I just found out on my parents' anniversary, they've been married 36 years, that she was pregnant with me while she was designing and sewing her wedding dress.
Oh,
wow. All along, my Aunt Lillian, who was also a seamstress, she's passed away now, was right by her side. So I was in her belly while all this was happening. So I feel like I was born into this.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
It's crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you go to a fashion high school, or did they have like fashion classes like during like your high school years, or did you just kind of like pick up the trade?
Yeah, actually, I didn't have any classes, but my mother, again, was a seamstress. So she actually used to make all of my clothes during middle school and high school. So I was always in different clothing. I was always, around when she would be cutting patterns and sewing things. So she was my school, little did I know, when I finally did get into fashion as an adult. Because I actually stopped. Like, I didn't even realize that this was what I was supposed to do until, 6 years ago. So it's crazy.
So what were you doing before you got back into it? Like when you kind of bridged off, what were you doing at that time?
At that time, I was really just dabbling in what I wanted to do. I was a veterinarian tech. I was a financial advisor. I worked corporate as customer service. I sold insurance. I've worked the back end of Medicaid and Medicare, but I was never happy, So I was always chasing something, but never really knew what I was chasing. But I always knew it was fashion. Like if I'm watching a movie, the only thing I remember is their clothes. I won't necessarily remember lines in the movie or whatever, but I remember what she had on,
I like that.
So
So if you could describe your style in 3 adjectives, how would you describe it?
free, random, and fun.
You know what's crazy is those 3 words actually go together because I always ask that people that question, and the adjectives are usually just like completely far off from one another. But like yours, all like I know exactly what your brand is just from you saying that. Yeah, like because they actually all go together.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm like, it's very rare that I hear that. That's hilarious. So
Oh,
within, I guess, like the past 6 years, what has been your focus? Has it been more on the wardrobe side, or has it been more on on the fashion side, fashion design?
it's been both because while I was styling, I made sure to always throw in pieces that I designed, or I always came somewhere in something that I wear. You know, when I always walked in Donna Reine. It's just it takes money, you know, to be to the level where I want to be. So I'm a very patient person, and I don't rush nothing. So I let things happen organically. So naturally, people have been into when they hire me, come to find out my style is Donna Reine. So it's like, it kind of all just kind of goes hand in hand. So I never really lost focus of, I can't really choose. To me, they're equal, but to other people, they may separate it. You can't. Yeah.
You're breaking up just a little bit, Danny.
Okay.
Are you in a good service area?
Am I in a wet love?
Are you in a good service area? Because you was breaking up just a tad bit.
Oh, girl, my whole house is a bad service area, and I'm sitting right by the window on purpose. And is it bad?
It's
Is it
okay.
bad? Is it better?
Yeah, way better. Way better.
Okay.
So tell me this. How is it for you, I guess, like, do you partner with other stylists very often? Because sometimes I feel like it can be very subjective, whereas like you let somebody else come and style your clothing, to show you something like a different concept that you didn't think of, or how has it been maybe partnering with different stylists on different projects, and how does that work like when you're such a creative?
Yeah, I actually never partnered with the stylist, and not because I don't want to, but I don't know if there's a plethora of them in my particular location, but I will partner whenever I am styling. I always partner with local women boutiques. I always get input from different boutiques and different photographers, makeup artists. So I'm never really alone in this, and I'm always bringing someone on. If I feel like you can do something there in this industry, I'm going to be like, okay, I know someone, so whether it be models, makeup artists, different boutiques, if I have a friend that just opened up a boutique and I know I'm styling a shoot, I'm going to make sure I plug her and pull some things from her and be like, look, y'all go check out, this boutique. She's small owned, she's just open. So I like to always collaborate. But in your question, as far as with stylists, I just never had that opportunity, but I would love to,
Gotcha. Now tell me this, for styling, I always hear that this is a very, very, very hard industry to really maintain in and get paid from. Have you ever had a problem dealing with certain people's budgets during styling? And then what's your take on it? Because I've interviewed quite a few different types of stylists, and sometimes it's like they make them pay by the hour, or they make them pay like for per project, or they just like use their resources to get things for free. How has it worked for you so that it is profitable?
Yeah, at first, of course, I was working for free. I was working, for basically lunch. like for real, because you really got to humble yourself. And when it's money, the money's going to come. If you're doing what you love to do, the money's going to come. So I never really focused on the money side. To me, it was more of me being able to, and what I wanted to do. So eventually now it's, it's, I send the invoice. I don't even really ask what your budget is. I don't really care. No, dead ass. Like, I don't really care about your pockets. Like, you either, and then don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to sound arrogant. I work with all budgets. So I'm not by far in any capacity to feel like I'm better than anyone or to expect things, but I do know my worth, and I do also know my clientele. So if I know you have the budget, I'm not worried about your pocket. However, if I know or you're a small company, or even a woman that's newly divorced that needs a new wardrobe, doesn't have the necessarily big budget, guess what? I'm going to clearance shop my ass off, and she's going to look like $1 million with her small budget. So it just depends on who my client is, but if it's a big client, cut the check,
right. Facts,
but,
cut the check.
But if it's a creative idea, if it's something, for the community, if it's something that's going to like make, the fuel flame and all that, I'm down. I'm not really worried about what you can pay me, because, I'm getting something from it, whether it be gratification or a paycheck. So.
Gotcha. Okay, I like that. Now tell me this, so far, after like everything that you've done in your career, what is by far your favorite project and why?
My favorite project, wow,
just one.
I know.
I know it's hard, right? I guess, let me change the question. Which one made you laugh the most?
Jacksonville Magazine. My team at Jacksonville Magazine, that, even now I'm still working with them, and every time I work with them, it's the energy, it's the collaborations. We're an all-women creative team. It's just, I can't even explain it, but that's what it's like a high.
It's organic.
It's an organic high, and it doesn't even, like, we lose track of time. We all mesh. We all just piggyback off of each other, and it's like, it's magic, really, truly, it's magic. So my team with Jacksonville Magazine, we're no longer with Jacksonville Magazine. We've actually moved forward. I'm working with a big up and coming agency now. So, it's exciting, and that's the team, and it helped, that's, girl, I don't even know what to say anymore.
But clearly these people, they have a special place with you, like the way everything happens, it happens very organically and dynamic. And I have the same world when it comes to my team as well. Like, it's just like, they just get it. Like, we just get each other. And sometimes it's not explainable. Like, if you get someone and y'all get each other's creative side, like, y'all literally are able to bounce ideas off each other all the time. So tell me this, for this coming like spring, summer, as a wardrobe stylist, what would you say are the key pieces that a woman needs to have in her wardrobe?
Okay. A wide leg pant. I know you asked me this earlier. I prefer skinny, but what's popping right now is, the wide leg pant. Mm-hmm. That's, especially for the summer. And, let's see, because there's so many. Let me see the top staple that I'm seeing and, where I'm pulling. And, bright corals. You got to have a signature coral. And they have these halter corals coming out soon. They're like crocheted. They're really beautiful. So those, yes.
Like that. Okay. And what are the key pieces you think a man needs to have in his wardrobe? Or what would you like to see him in this summer? How about that?
Yes, short sets. I'm loving the linen short sets with the different prints. Not the silky, but the linen ones with a nice soft print or a nice soft, floral. Those I like those, especially on a man, especially when you're traveling resort wear with that sun hitting you, with that top button open and
yeah. Why did I get a whole visual? I got
literally, And don't let him have a beard. Oh,
Oh,
Lord.
Lord.
I just described my husband, y'all.
Mine too. All right, so I have my next segment of this show is called "It's a Success or It's a Disaster," and "It's a Success, It's a Disaster" is actually brought to you by our sponsor, Street Politicians. It's more than just an apparel brand; it's a brand that is here to represent a positive image in their community and the way everyone sees it. And you definitely want to shop with them. You also want to check out kirahkinks. It's a hair rejuvenation oil that helps promote natural, healthy hair, decreases split ends and breakage. The aroma is divine, and your scalp will shine. So, Danny, tell me about a time in your career thus far where something went completely to hell, to shit, whatever. It was awful, but you learned something from this disaster that made you maybe change your practice in your business or the way you do things.
It was a time where I signed up to style for a client that maybe I had to style over 20 people.
Okay.
It was just me, and I went and pulled and tried to style, and even had to return. Talk about overwhelmed. It was different attitudes, it was different energies. Some people didn't like what I chose, they didn't want to wear, things didn't fit because of course they weren't models, they were employees. So you think you know what size you wear, but when you're telling someone else and they go pull it and whew, disaster.
Ooh.
But I learned patience. I learned how to work with other people. I learned that not everyone has my style per se. So I had to actually understand different personalities. I had to really research different styles with different personalities and understand that it's just not just what I like. And I realized, on things like that, you have to bring in help. And I did have help, but, it still was a lot. It was just a lot. But it still worked out to be great. And I was still very grateful.
Okay. So when it comes to having to understand and like learn other people's style when you're doing a shoot, do you make them do some type of like survey or like questionnaire to make sure that like your vision and like what they had in mind is aligning?
Yes, absolutely. So my number one question I ask clients is, what do they love about their body? Because when you're styling someone, you don't want to go too far away from their style. Yes, you can change a few things about it, but you don't want to take them too far away because I strive for confidence. So I want you to feel confident. I want you to be confident. By no means do I want you. That's the first question I ask is, what do you love about your body? And then I always ask them too, if they had to choose their top three based on style, who would they choose? And then from there, I would understand. So whether it be a client that says, oh my gosh, I love Alicia Keys, but I also love, Michelle Obama, so then I will understand, okay, you like a little bit of sophistication. Well, a lot of sophistication. So then, that kind of just guides me to the right avenue of to where to start.
Gotcha. Is it ever, I would say, is it challenging to get people to step out their comfort zone and to trust you as the expert?
Ask that again. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. I apologize.
I said, is it sometimes difficult to get people to jump outside of their comfort zone and like trust you as the expert?
No, not at all. A lot of times when they come to me, they've watched me and they kind of already understand my aesthetic, and they'll trust me. They'll trust me, and I'm very open and honest. I have a very open, honesty, relationship with my clients. It's like, no, you let me know because, I need to know. You're not going to hurt my feelings. I've learned to not take things personal. So let's go. So they do trust me, and I'm very grateful for that.
Nice. So tell me this, do you feel like you've ever experienced any, I don't even want to say racism. Do you feel like it's been difficult as a Black woman, designer and wardrobe stylist, to really make like your print in this industry, like your footprint? Like, have you felt challenged at all, or have you dealt with any situations where you felt like the odds were against you because of your skin color?
No, and I can honestly say that no, and I hate that it happens, but I'm fortunate. I'm so fortunate that it hasn't happened to me, because I'm fueled by passion. So everything that has come my way, they've asked me. So it's not like I've asked them. So when I come to these things, or when I do these things, they are already expecting me. So yeah, but as far as the fashion side of it, as a designer, it's been hard as far as coming about the funds and the trust, as far as loans or investors to invest in my brand, so that I can get my manufacturing underway, and my product development going, and all of that. That has been difficult, but I don't even know if that's more of a race issue or just with me amateurity type thing. It's like you don't really know what you're doing. You're too young in the game for someone to give you that amount of money, that type thing.
Gotcha.
But in the back of my head, I'm also like, man, let Miss Sally come up in here right after me and watch them face. But then that's that other side. I'm like, all right, Danny, don't think like that. It's just not time. So I kind of go back and forth as far as that part of it goes. But the style side, no. But the design side, maybe.
Gotcha. So, in that case, I can help you with that.
Really?
Yeah, I can actually, I can help you with that. Have you ever heard of LC Apparel Consulting?
Yeah, LC Apparel, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I have. I follow them and I watch them, and but I've never reached out, because I just, what it is, I just don't know. You know how you doubt yourself? You know how you talk yourself out of things, and you talk, I feel like I do that a lot when it comes to the design side, because
Oh, you should check them out. Like they have payment plans, like for product development and for production. They have courses. Like you could definitely get it off the ground working with them.
wow. You see, everything is time, and it happens for a reason. And I'm very grateful too for everything. So thank you for that.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I own that company. That's mine.
Oh, look. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait, I like how you did that though. That's like a real boss, like boss comment. You're like, oh yeah, yeah. That was like, I own that. That was some like, okay.
Yeah, and I do,
love
but
that.
I mean, I didn't know if you had heard of it or not, but I do that. That is my company. It's like this podcast is an extension of that company, because that is
Oh
my. Yeah,
wow.
I've been doing this for a couple of years now. So this podcast is, to educate and put the information out there, and to, really understand everything about product development and production, and to help designers like yourself get their brands off the ground. So I do
Yeah.
this, to give them insight into other parts of the industry, and also to help other designers, stylists, creators, all of that good jazz to, learn from one another. But also I have a whole company where I can make that happen for you.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
so definitely use that
Kudos.
as a sign to reach out to us.
Yes.
We're open Monday through
Yeah.
Friday, 10 to 6.
Listen, all right, okay, thank you,
Of
thank you. I'm
course.
definitely going to do that. Definitely, most
Yeah, I
definitely.
might book you a consultation, girl. Get your stuff off the ground. Well, not even off the ground, just elevate. Like, we can take you into manufacturing,
Elevated.
and then there's no order minimums or anything like that. So, we'll get
Nice.
you together.
Yeah, that's been a huge challenge too. I've called, so, and then it's like when I got close, I was about to solidify the deal with a small woman-owned company in LA, and I think it was a time of the forest fires, and then right after the forest fires, COVID hit. So I was like, man,
What
and
company
then
was it
now
in LA? Lefty Fashionpreneur Academy. What?
let me see.
I'm curious.
Give
I'm
me
like,
one
what was
second.
the company?
Yeah. I've reached out to so many what is it? Hold on, give me one second. Like LC.
I'm like, yeah, LA has a lot of companies. A lot of LA, they have order minimums, so that's the only thing that usually throws off a lot of the LA
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah.
it's like that. I would have to make so many pieces, and I'm like, oh, I just, what happened to testing the market before I create all of this,
Yeah, we always tell people that like when they're done with product development to go ahead and just test it first and then do production, because in production we can get production done in like 2 to 3 weeks, especially if it being a
Exactly.
small amount. What takes the time is doing the patterns, the samples, fabric sourcing, all that jazz. But once it's actually nailed down and everything's good to go, production is really fast. So you can go ahead and
Yeah.
throw out pre-orders or like just tell people that it's shipping in 2 weeks or whatnot. But I got you covered.
Girl, thank you. Thank you. And I'm still trying to find this again. I'm so bad with names. Oh my gosh, this is terrible. She's a small company. It's like, but LC is on my brain now. Your company is on my brain. So it's like my brain won't get off of yours.
No, that's where it needs to be at. It's okay. That's where it needs to say. Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
I noticed
Exactly.
from your Instagram that you also you do some self-care items as well. Can you tell me a little bit
Yes.
about that and how, that kind of translates to your brand?
Yes, yes. So, again, it all goes back to growing up. My mom always, made homemade things. So we always had shea butter around, cocoa butter around. We always just did the natural things. And then when I went to college, I started making my own body butters. It just kind of started with body butter, and then I would just make it for my friends, my family. And then when COVID hit, recently, I lost, all my style gigs again. All the manufacturers shut down. I'm just like, oh my god, what am I going to do? So my good friend, actually, hey Simone,
Hey,
she's
girl.
I know. She was like, Penny, you're sitting on gold. Like, your body butter is amazing. You need to push that. So then I just started doing more research. I got a couple of books, on natural remedies and, natural.
Hello? Oh, hello. Think you might have me on mute or something? Oh no, I think I lost her. Hold on. Let me see if I can get her back on the line. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that, mister. We're going to get her back on the line right now, though.
Hello. I'm
Yes.
sorry.
No worries.
Okay.
You're good.
Okay. You want me to just jump right back in?
Yeah, jump right back in.
Okay. Okay. So, yeah. So when I realized that I was helping my own skin, I was like, let me just try this. So then I just started making, different beauty bars, different formulas, scrub, my body oils, my body butters. And then from there, it kind of went clothing and style and confidence. And when I cleared my skin, I gained confidence. So I was like, you know what? It all ties together. You're naturally royal because Donna Reine is Lady Royalty. So it's like you are naturally royal from what you put on your skin to what you put in your body to what you wear, what you put on your body. So it just kind of just all went together.
Yeah, I like that. I always tell designers too to make sure that they understand their target consumer. Because if you understand your target consumer, you can create beyond products for them. So, like, you already have,
Yeah.
like, I'm already creating a product for a woman that is organic, a woman that is free, a woman that is random. But then I'm also creating like skincare products for that said woman. So, the more products and services that you can offer, like your target consumer, like the more strands of revenue you can be. And I always try to teach designers
Yeah.
to think about it in that aspect, which is why it's so many big name brands with, fragrances and beauty and all of these different things. So I'm glad that you are, ahead of the game. Because like, it's so much more than just clothing, like it's so much more. Like for me, I own a consulting company, I own a brand, I own a podcast, I own a non-for-profit, but they all tie together. They're all within the fashion business, but I own 4 different businesses under one under one big roof. So I'm like, yeah. So you got your wardrobe styling, you got your brand, you got your self-care items. You better go ahead, girl.
And on top of that, I just picked up, part-time. I'm helping with credit because, I see the importance of credit. So I started working on mine. So what happened is I got with this company, they're helping me. And then I'm like, wait, let me get on.
Let me help some other people with this.
Let me help you.
And
so
create
now,
another stream of revenue for myself.
Yes, but I'm still helping. That's the thing. I want to help. I want to help people be the best they can be. You got to, again, naturally royal. I'm making you naturally royal. You're going to be dripping in gold, jewels, whatever.
Inside and out.
Inside and out. And yes, gold, jewels, and that's a metaphor. So you take it how you want to take it, literal or whatever. But yeah, it's important, just to be the best version of yourself and to really truly just do what feels right to you. And this feels right to me. So,
You've let passion lead your purpose. That's definitely one of my, I love to say. All right. So our last segment is actually called It's a Muse. As we wrap up the show, I just want you to maybe give out something that you do or you want to recommend that has kept you going, whether it is a crystal, a mantra, an affirmation, a book, anything that you want to share with someone else that have kept you inspired.
All of the above, what you mentioned. Yes, so I am constantly reading self-help books. I recommend The 4 Agreements. I recommend You're a Badass. I recommend Think Rich, Go Rich. I recommend, The Prophet. Those books really help.
You're a Badass. I read that. I love that one.
Yes. They really help, put things in perspective. And that's when I learned not to take things personal. That's when I learned to block all the negative away and realize that we create our own suffering, things like that. And then I'm constantly saying thank you and gratitude to my ancestors, my prime creator, the universe. I'm super big on that. So every morning I'm thanking, I'm praying, I'm offering to my ancestors, and then of course affirmations. It's so important that that you believe, because I don't give a damn about anybody else. You can think what you want to think.
Exactly.
Like, for real, I know I'm good at what I do. I don't care what you think or whatever, I know I am who I am. I know I am beautiful. I know I am great. I know these things. So it's so important that you tell yourself these things, that you love yourself first.
Thanks.
First. Because, if you don't love yourself, I don't know how the hell someone else can love you, because they're not going to love you the way you're going to love yourself. That's all I'm going to say.
You're absolutely right. Your self-worth come first. Loving yourself come first.
Yes.
All right. Well, that's great. So how do people contact you? If you just want to throw out like your social media handles and your best form of contact so that people can get in contact with you to purchase your brand or get your wardrobe styling services or buy them a body butter.
Exactly. Okay. Yep. I'm going to let you know right now. I love saying that. I'm so silly. But no, it's DonnaReine.com. So DonnaReine.com. And on Instagram, it's at Donna Reine. And I have an intake right in my bio. It's a link and it's an intake form on how to, contact me for custom wardrobe styling or custom fashion design. And then at Donna Reine Naturals for my beauty products, all my all natural beauty products. And that's all, again, is on the website as well.
Gotcha. Thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to hearing from
Yeah.
you soon on your product development.
Thank you. Yes, yes,
Yes.
girl. Yes,
But
to
yeah,
the knee fine.
I'll
Like,
definitely be logging on and getting me some body butter as well.
thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me on. Again, I'm so grateful. And
Of
thank
course.
you for having this platform. It's so important
Thank you.
to
That's
just
the goal.
inspire.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining me today and make sure you enjoy the rest of your week.
Thank you.
Yep.
Salute.
All right. And as I always say, people, stay black. Peace
I
out.
love it. I love it.
All right. Have a good one, love.
Okay. I'm going to reach out soon.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Bye.
Perfect. Good
All right.
night.
Bye. All right, people. So I'm so hopefully that you got so hopefully I sound crazy. I am like tongue twisted today and it's just jacked up. I'm so sorry. But I hope you guys enjoyed that call with DaniAnn of Donna Reine. She dropped a lot of different gems and got a chance to tell a lot about her story as well. Of course, we cannot end this podcast without mentioning all of our sponsors. Make sure you check out Chase Jackson Accounting. If you need help with your business finance, seek out Chase Jackson Accounting and Advisory. They're here to help all small business needs from business information to accounting services and taxes. Make sure you guys also check out Shop Brownstone. The Brownstone experience is a wellness, fashion, and beauty experience inside of the Black-owned women's community. They're currently sourcing Black-owned brands to create partnerships and try a whole different retail model. So make sure you guys check that out. And I'm signing out. Hope you guys enjoy your weekend, and I will see you all next week. Peace out.